Today, let's talk about something in psychology called obsessive thinking. Have you ever had strange, intrusive thoughts that just wouldn't go away? Like when you were a kid and your family was just a little late getting home, you'd suddenly feel really anxious, your mind racing with worst case scenarios. What if they got into a car accident? What if something terrible happened? Even though everything around you seemed totally fine, in your head, you'd already played out a whole heartbreaking tragedy. You constantly worry about the people you care about. What if they get sick out of nowhere? What if they disappear from your life without warning? These thoughts don't ask for permission. They show up right when you think you can finally relax. They hijack your peace of mind. Before you leave the house, you check your stuff, phone, keys, over and over again. Even though you know you have everything, you just can't shake that feeling of unease. You lock the door, but still turn back again and again just to be sure. It's like if you don't do this one last check, something bad really will happen. And you just can't take that chance. You're probably really hard on yourself too. You want to get things right, do everything perfectly. Even a tiny typo, a bit of unevenness things other people wouldn't even notice can drive you to obsessively go back and fix it. You tell yourself it's just perfectionism, but deep down it's more than that. It's like any little mistake is proof that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve recognition unless everything is flawless. But here's the truth. It's not your fault. You're likely stuck in something psychologists call obsessive thinking. These thoughts aren't things you're choosing. They feel more like automatic false alarms, fired off by a brain that's just trying a little too hard to protect you. In psychology, we call this intrusive thinking thoughts that pop into your head without warning, again and again. They force you to check, to doubt, to overthink, to replay. They make you feel like if you don't act on them, something bad will happen. But at the core, this isn't because something's wrong with your brain. It's just too alert, too scared of you missing something, anything. It thinks that if you just worry a little more, double check one more time, maybe you'll prevent disaster. And the more you try to push these thoughts away, the louder they get. The more you try to control them, the more control they seem to have. The harder you try to be perfect, the more they convince you you're not good enough. But this doesn't mean you're weak. It actually shows just how much you care. How hard you try. How much you want things to be okay for yourself and for the people you love. This overly cautious part of you started out trying to protect you. It came from love. But somewhere along the way, that loving protection turned into an exhausting ritual, one that's stealing your peace of mind. So, what can you do to start letting go of these obsessive thoughts? Step 1. Accept them instead of fighting them. You don't need to force the thoughts away. You don't need to argue with them or obey them. The more power you give them, the more they stick around. So try telling yourself, okay, this thought is here. That's fine. I don't have to fight it. I also don't have to act on it. Let the thought float by like a cloud drifting past in the sky. You don't need to control every thought. Just acknowledge it, then let it go. Step 2. React less to the thought and focus more on the present. When anxiety hits, your instinct might be to go check, confirm, fix, or overthink it again. But real healing doesn't come from thinking harder or being more perfect. It comes from doing the next thing anyway. If you've already locked the door, say to yourself, I've locked it. This time I'm choosing to walk away. If your mind starts racing with worst case scenarios again, try gently bringing your attention back to what's real and in front of you. Not to escape the emotion, but to retrain your brain to stay grounded in reality. These repeated checks and doubts aren't your weakness. They're coping tools ones you built when you were overwhelmed or afraid. But now, they've started to limit you. You don't need to let go of everything at once. Even checking one less time, even having one less doubt, is a quiet act of bravery. Even if your mind is noisy today, even if your heart feels tense, you still deserve kindness. You still deserve to be understood and gently held, just as you are. And no, you don't have to wait until you're perfect to be loved or accepted. You can start now. Right here. By being a little softer with yourself,